Hello everyone, it's Jackie again, and I've got a few shares for you hopefully today. The first is a selection of 6x4 inch journals, so these are the smaller single signature size, all fabric covered, and they have a mixture of papers in there, 64 sides counting fronts and backs. You can see them here. I'm going to try and do these all in one video, so wish me luck. So let's start with this one, which has a sort of vintagey fabric on the front and some lace on the spine. I've just tied this with seam binding. I've taken it from the front round the back and tied it like a parcel. So Mrs. Cog image on the front here. There are just a couple of charms, and each of these contain a selection of ephemera and homemade tags. They all vary, so see if you like them. So this has got fabric pocket, and is this Tim Holtz paper? Yes, Tim Holtz paper and a handmade tag there. A little bit of stamping in this one. It just bleeds through slightly to this side. I don't mind that, but obviously if it bothers you. This is some thicker rag paper which will take watercolour and wet media, and then there's a paper bag page with a journal card in there. Might have to speed up a little bit. Ledger page. Now in this one the ledger page went in upside down. Don't know how that happened. So careful, but obviously not careful enough. Some lined paper that opens out. This is from a countryside book, a watercolourist, and some pretty little paintings and writing on there. This is tea-stained paper, quite an old book about wildflowers, more stamping. This is from my bird book, tea card, and a little floating pocket with a couple of bits of ephemera in there, another ledger, and then the centre of the signatures are Edith Holden, with the butterfly on the ties. There's a Tracy Fox hanging tag there, with another tea card. It's the ledger paper. This is an envelope that I've made with the Mrs. Cog image, but no, there's nothing inside that envelope. It's the other side of the bird paper. Tea-dyed flowers. These are sort of all nature themed really. The upside down paper. I'm pretending I meant that, but I think you know differently now. Homemade card. This is a vintage postcard with the stamp and a message on there. It's that thicker paper again, tea stained, and then there's another tag in the back. So that's that one. And then this is the same fabric, this vintagey looking fabric, which is really pretty with the roses. I put a bit of lace around the bottom on this one and eyelets to tie it. This one is quite fat actually, this one came out quite plump and it has got the charms as well. Okay, so it's the same paper on the inside. I haven't made this into a pocket because there's quite a lot in this book, but you could always glue this and make this into a pocket. Of lace trim. This one has got extra pocket pages, a little handmade journal card there. This is cut down from an envelope, some butterflies on there, little hanging pocket made with a tea card, and this page obviously opens out like the other one did. I've done stamping here, a little corner pocket, and a handmade tag. The pocket page with a flower fairy, some stitching but not masses. This is a glassine bag with a vintage playing card in there. It's from a children's game, so it's not an actual playing card. This is the rag paper. There's a doily in this one from my flower book, more butterflies and a little bit of doily staining here on the tea stained paper. This is a pocket with another journal card in there. This is the centre, so that's my Edith Holden. butterflies, another pocket page with a tag, flowers, doily, another tag. I've gone a bit overboard on the tags in this one, but there you go. Little rose journal card there. This is some ink stained paper on the back of that, which does tone in with that, so you could have that outside if you preferred. I quite like it that way, but whatever suits you. That's the other side of the lined paper. The hanging tag. It's another flower fairy and a bit more lace, and again I've left that unstuck down so that you can decide what you want to do with that. So that's the second one. These will be going into the Etsy shop. This one has got some lace and a little charm on the side here. This one again is tied round and about. Another Mrs. Cog image, and this is some very pretty fabric. That's the back. Tim Holtz paper. Got a pocket with a journal card, and that's got some leaf prints on the back of that, ink stained and leaf printed. Just a stitched journal card in that pocket. Sorry, I'm probably just repeating myself, and you don't need to hear that I've got this, that. You can see what these are like, so I'll try and stop talking. The other thing, some braid that sort of tones in with these colours. I'm just hoping the light's good enough as well today, because it's afternoon rather than morning when I usually do these. Some acorns on there. The centre again. So a little journal card made into a pocket with a card. Another handmade tag. This one isn't folded, I cut that one down. I can't remember why that was. This is your rag paper, another handmade tag, and a vintage postcard in there, and another stitched Mrs. Cog image in that pocket. So that's number 3, and then number 4 is dressed up a little bit more with some ribbons. There's a charm on the side here. Oh, it's got all tangled up. There we go. There we are, you can see it, so it matches the fabric. These are fabric on the outside and the inside of the covers. I've used the book plate for this one. I didn't really want to cover up this. More Tim Holtz paper, another fabric pocket. This is a journal card made from some rose ephemera. I think that's Artimaze. Mrs. Cog image in that one. It's your rag paper. More birds. More ledger. Lined. Tag with a little bit of bling. That's doily. Tea card, another collage tag. I've put some ink stained paper in this one, and there is a little bit of glimmer on there. It's hard to show all the detail in the video. This one has got some decoupage. There's a little floating pocket there, some tea cards. Of wildflowers, another pretty collage tag, the journal card, some more lace, and that's the back of that one. So that's the 4 6x4 inch journals. As I say, they'll be going into the Etsy shop, so have a look for those later on. Hopefully the same day. It will be the same day that this video goes up. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.